I've realized that Puerto Vallarta is like an onion. On the outer layer is like the beachy, beach town vibe, but then once you start to pull those back, you get this charming, peaceful, historic, active, full of nature, full of culture environment that's just amazing, and the daytime experience is different than the nighttime experience.
For those who are new here, I'm Jillian, and this is my husband, Jeremy. We travel the world full-time and have visited Mexico at least a dozen times over the past 5 years. This was our first time in Puerto Vallarta, and we spent 5 weeks soaking in our surroundings by foot, boat, car, bus, and even an ATV. In this video, we give you a tour of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico based on our experience visiting for 5 weeks. Vamos, amigos! The city of Puerto Vallarta is located in the state of Jalisco on the west coast of Mexico, connected to the Pacific Ocean by Banderas Bay. Up until the early 1960s, Puerto Vallarta was a small fishing village with only one road in or out and was largely unknown to the world. The 1964 film The Night of the Iguana, starring Richard Burton, was filmed in Puerto Vallarta's Mismaloya area and really put Puerto Vallarta on the world's radar. It's easy to see why Puerto Vallarta is so alluring. With perfect year-round weather, a lush combination of beaches surrounded by the Sierra Madre mountains and jungle, killer sunsets, friendly locals, lots of free and paid activities, and a welcoming LGBTQ+ community. What's not to love? Flying into Puerto Vallarta is really easy, with many non-stop flights from the USA starting around $300. We use Google Flights to research flight costs. For any country you're visiting, we highly recommend checking the current travel requirements on Sherpa. This isn't sponsored, we're just really big fans who find the site so helpful as an all-in-one resource to current entry and return requirements, restrictions, and direct links to any necessary forms you can complete online in advance. For example, in Mexico, Sherpa helps you learn foreign visitors can stay up to 180 days without any visa requirements, that you're required to complete the FMM form, which you should definitely do in advance and bring a printed copy with you if possible. Why? If you've already completed the form, the staff will usher you either to the front of the line or a special line for those who have completed in advance. From the time we landed in Puerto Vallarta until we were out the door took less than 10 minutes. This may have been a record for us. It took longer to wait in line for the cab, but more on transportation shortly. The airport is pretty small and easy to navigate. Simply collect your bags and clear customs, then make your way outside. But before you do go outside, stop at one of the bank ATMs on the right side and get cash, as you'll need it in most all places in Puerto Vallarta. And remember to decline the conversion fees for the best rates. You'll walk through what we call the gauntlet, where you'll be bombarded with people trying to sell you timeshares, etc. Do not stop. Simply walk straight through and swiftly outdoors, politely saying "no gracias" along the way. Transportation is plentiful from the airport. If you want quick and easy, grab a taxi at one of the 2 taxi companies there. The pro is rates are published and non-negotiable. The con is you'll be paying at least double. As an example, we lived 5 miles from the airport and the taxi cost was 285 pesos, or almost $15. We could have paid $5 if we would have instead walked over the bridge and grabbed an Uber there, or a taxi which you could negotiate. Getting around is really simple thanks to Uber and taxis. We used Uber for 5 weeks and spent $219. This was less than 10% of the cost of renting a car for that same time period. Don't be fooled by the nightly rate advertised. Once you get to the part where you have to pay, all the mandatory Mexico rental car insurance skyrockets your price. Honestly, pretty ridiculous. The public bus system is also an option, which we highly recommend at least once. We took the bus round trip to Sayulita, which was an hour's ride away, for 55 pesos per person. Check out this video if you'd like to see more about that experience. Puerto Vallarta is broken up into several neighborhoods or zones. The North Zone, Nuevo Vallarta, Marina Vallarta, the Hotel Zone, the 5th of December or Cinco de Diciembre, Centro, and Zona Romantica or the Romantic Zone. We found the most popular tourist areas were 5th of December, Centro, and the Romantic Zones. You'll find most of the Instagram favorite spots in these neighborhoods. One of our favorites was to watch the sunset on the stairs behind the Puerto Vallarta letters, which overlook the bay and the Pacific Ocean. Whether you're going for an all-inclusive resort, hotel downtown, or a humble condo or apartment on the outskirts like us, there are options for every experience. This gets back to really deciding the experience you want to have. For those looking to have an all-inclusive stay without leaving the resort, either the Marina, Hotel, or South Zones near Mismaloya are the best bet. Or to be closer to the action and have all the restaurants, shopping, and touristy sites in walking distance, stay in those 3 that I mentioned before, 5th of December, Centro, or Romantic Zones. For reference, we've noted the condo we stayed in. Although it was less than 5 miles to downtown, it easily took 20 to 30 minutes, and in hindsight, really dampened our experience being so detached from the life. For longer-term stays, go on the various Facebook groups to get local realtor or rental agency names instead of Airbnb. We learned this the hard way, and again, in hindsight, overpaid for our Airbnb significantly. There are so many fun things to do in Puerto Vallarta that cost little to no money. The Malecon, or walkway along the Banderas Bay, was our favorite free attraction. The day and night experiences were so different and unique in their own ways. From the sculptures to the daily flyers of Papantlan, we made a whole video dedicated to just the Malecon to show you more information if you're interested. Here are a few of the more popular destinations to visit. Paid tours can be quite pricey, but offer experiences you'd otherwise perhaps miss out on. For example, we took 2 tours during our 5 weeks. One was a $103 per person ATV adventure to El Eden, a beautiful eco park tucked away in the jungle of the Sierra Madre Mountains and where most of the movie Predator was filmed. The second tour was an $89 per person, all-day island and snorkel adventure by Vallarta Adventures. Which included a stop in Mahahuitas, an island owned by Vallarta Adventures and only accessible by their boats. Usually, Vallarta Adventures offers a buy 2, get 3 excursion package if you want guided tours.
How was it?
That was awesome!
We recommend taking the white bus with green Compostela written on the side to nearby San Pancho for 65 pesos, which is just over $3 per person. Either make a day trip or stay overnight. We recommend staying at Verde Luna right on the beach. We also visited the popular Sayulita next to San Pancho and weren't big fans due to the overpopulation and very steep touristy prices for pretty much everything. Puerto Vallarta has a range of delicious food from high-end to cheap street eats. We love seeing all the vendors along the Malecon and beach areas selling tasty treats like shrimp on a stick, or tuba, a tangy and refreshing coconut palm fermented drink with apples and walnuts. Or massive jugs of different agua frescos or drinks such as this strawberry horchata.
So refreshing. Cheers.
If street eats isn't your thing, be prepared to pay tourist prices anywhere you eat along the Malecon. You're really paying for beach ambiance. We have 2 resources for you to find tasty food. 1, this video ranks the top 5 tacos. Our fave was Pancho's, followed by Huicho's 2 and Aurora. And 2, we've included a link in the description box for a Google map of the top 20 restaurants. Both lists derived from Facebook poll with over 300 responses. Caveat: most of these responses are from expats, but many non-tourist spots made the list for authentic, inexpensive meals. The final note on food, really drink, is water. You cannot drink the tap water, and usually to wash veggies, people use a cap full of this microdime solution and remove any unsavory germs that could potentially upset your stomach. We never had any concerns with safety, although I did not feel comfortable walking alone in the back streets near our condo, based on the area we were living. It was just my own gut feeling that may or may not have been warranted. During our trip, we heard of several incidents of petty theft, like phones or pickpocketing that occurred, but overall, Puerto Vallarta is considered safe and you should not be concerned, just diligent in basic safety practices when visiting any tourist destination. Saving the best for last. But first, if you received any value from this video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. The local Puerto Vallarta residents are incredibly kind, helpful, and welcoming. It's clear to see why so many people come and transplant their lives to live in Puerto Vallarta. It truly is a melting pot of different cultures, which is great for the area in terms of variety of different stores, skill sets, etc. Overall, would we visit Puerto Vallarta again? Yes, absolutely. We love you, Puerto Vallarta.
Great. Oh. Hello. Wow, hello.
Duh.
Okay, baby.
Yes. Yes? You need help? You want me to hold it? You want me to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No?
This is difficult. You know? Oh, yeah, look at it. It was close.
Nice drone.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, it could have been worse, is what I'm saying.